Hello. So today's video will be more of that personal development thing, and yeah, so like what's kind of the biggest problem in current generation is probably depression, but what does actually cause the depression? I think it's mostly kind of not doing what you want. And why you don't do what you want? Well, procrastination. I've seen this quote like a few days ago: if you can't beat your fear, just do it scared. And it's just amazing because if you think about it, you don't want to do things that are uncomfortable. Why? Because the rational part, if you think about it, everything good is a result of doing something uncomfortable first. Because only if you get out of your comfort zone, you can fully access all that amazing opportunities and that great things that can improve your mood and make your life better. Fear of failure, I would say, equals your biggest enemy. Everything good pretty much results from discomfort, at least to some extent. Even if you want to build business, it takes a lot of failing, a lot of work. So instead of lying on the sofa and watching series, you need to put the work in. And that's tough, because most of people won't do that. The excuses for the content production, this is the perfect example, because it's not good enough. And then, but isn't that good bad thing about the content, about the arts and all this sort of thing, isn't it relative? Yeah, it is. It's fucking subjective. So who are you to judge even the content you created, whether it's good or bad? The only one or only thing that can judge business, content, product, service, anything is the market. So put it out to find out whether it's good or bad. And then you can adjust. You can create new content that will be adjusted based on the feedback. Or even if you get zero feedback, you have zero followers, and you make multiple pieces of content every day, you will be faster at making this content. You will get better. You will get some hints, because as you, for example, edit YouTube video, you learn. You see what doesn't look good in the video. You see how should you set up the camera, how should you place yourself and background, and so on, and you improve this over time. And yeah, you might make the same mistake 5-10 times and people might not like it, but eventually you will learn. In the content production, the quantity over quality is pretty legit, because if you have the quantity, the quality will constantly kind of go up in long term. And yeah, it might take a long time, it might take few months, few years till you get pretty good at producing, for example, YouTube videos or some social media content or so on, till you get maybe also bigger fan base and so on. But if that's what you love doing, like creating that content, then you should just choose to do it and just put it out. For example, if you want to lose weight, there is this excuse, just this one exception, I will just eat this one sweet, I will just do this one thing. But one thing becomes another, and you say, okay, I already ate it, one piece of chocolate, I can get one piece of cookie today, that's fine. Then I can get third, fourth, fifth, and basically whole day you're eating just sweets or unhealthy food. And the next day you say, well, already the last day I broke my 2-week long streak of not eating sweets, so whatever. It's not such a big deal now. I'm not breaking that streak anymore, so I can eat 1 or 2 sweets, can eat 5, 6, and so on. And it's like this snowball effect. Gets more and more and more from just that one little thing in the beginning. And this, for example, this compounding can be used like compound interest in stocks. Similar principle, but in stocks it's used to earn more money for that good thing, but this also can happen for the bad thing if it comes to excuses. That's the same thing with one more day of not starting, more day of not publishing that piece of content, one more day of not starting business and just watching series. Well, guess what? Even if we say that there's zero snowball effect, that next day you would really start, which by not starting today you decrease that chance. pretty rapidly. Even if you started right the next day, in this one day, the progress could affect your entire business in long term. Let's say a completely random example that I will just right now made up on a go. Like, for example, you want to get better social skills. So this one day, you would go out and start talking to random people. Maybe if you started one day earlier, you would meet some amazing person that would become one of your best friends, and together you would start a business that would fail. Maybe that failed business was something that taught you a lesson that you could apply to build a multi-million-dollar or multi-billion-dollar empire. And that comes to this other thing, that happiness factor, that it's all about the perspective. Somebody gets hit by a car, is broken legs, broken hands, or whatever, in hospital. They might never walk again, and they're fucking smiling. They're happy that they survived getting hit by a bus or by a truck, whatever. Somebody else is completely sad that my life is ruined because I have a broken leg for a month or something. It's ridiculous. That happiness is very much inside of you. That's important to understand. It's not external. If you base your happiness and how you feel on the external factors, it will never be good, because external factors move up and down like a stock market. Not current stock market, of course, it just goes constantly up, but stock market a few years ago, a year ago. So what's the point? First thing, you just do like what you want to do and try it out, see if it works, see if you are good at it. Second, like try to improving based on some failures from executing. Then third thing about, for example, that happiness, it's about that perspective. So you need to rely on not rely on the external factors, and rather just internally build up that happiness. Like, for example, now, like maybe I feel a bit sad, which I don't, because I'm making this video. It makes me excited because it might help one person, and that will be amazing. But also, if I was just sitting here maybe feeling sad or something, I might just imagine just the single fact that I'm alive. That would be enough for me to get happy and excited from basically almost nothing. Just being alive, that's your constant state, if you can understand something like this video. But also, you're alive in the best era in the human history. Like today, it's easiest to live than it ever was. In the past, people got just slaughtered for nothing. Like if there was some rich person and you weren't super rich or something, you could get just slaughtered for no reason. Even kings and these high status people got murdered. Basically, your life was at stake constantly. Life expectancy was lower. Like you were happy if you became even adult, because most of kids died. There was no internet. There was no kind of knowledge for most of people, not even reading and writing. There was kind of no communication with the world. Today, if you have access to internet and you are alive, you cannot say there is no reason to be happy. You can communicate with literally pretty much every person on earth in a matter of seconds or minutes. You can share and create content and learn from content from everyone else, basically. You're alive, not really risking your life as in any other era before. That's just amazing, and I think this is where I ended, because this is that perspective that we all need. Like, this is the best time to be alive, and thanks to all these opportunities, we should use it to kind of build ourselves up, and from the top, help everybody else. That's my perspective. See you in the next one.